Hi, how are you? My name is Sonal. I'm from Zoom, and I wanted to ask you about, season two. You've talked about, it being very physical for you now that Grover goes on his own quest.
Mm.
What can you tell me what that's like?
Yeah, I mean, Grover's kind of going through it this season. He in the last season he kind of had Percy and Annabeth to take the blunt of it,
Mm-hmm.
or the brunt of it. But this season he's going through it. He's getting dragged through the sand. He's getting tied up in a wedding dress. He's getting there's not much more I can say without spoiling anything. Um, but yeah, he's going through it, and I got to work with our incredible stunts team on a lot of it. They taught us how to ride a horse. They brought us up to Danny Virtue,
Mm.
our late stunt, like basically the head of Stunts Canada and the greatest stuntman in all of Canada. They brought us up to his ranch, and he just taught us how to ride horses for a day, and it was. I'm not even riding. I'm not. I don't even come within the radius of a horse.
That's
This entire
okay.
season, but they still taught me how to ride one, and it was awesome.
That's amazing. You spoke about, your wedding dress. Is it possible, can you tease or talk about that? You think the book fans will be happy with what's there?
I think they'll be happy. I think that's the one thing I can say they're going to be happy about, very, very confidently. I think they're going to be happy about everything else too. But for me, like that was the
Uh-huh.
standout moment. I was like
I
thrilled when I saw it. It's like a culmination of every person on set and what their vision was. And I
Right.
think we pulled it off beautifully. It's like our costumer for the season, Kate Adair, she brought in her own personal Swarovski crystals to like throw onto the
Wow.
dress. And we just like tattered it and we ruined it and we dragged it through the ocean and it just looks like this beautiful ruined piece of art. And it's like genuinely spectacular.
That's amazing. So, when the show comes back, later this month, can you tell me how has the trio's friendship changed or how has it strengthened, since the course when we saw them last?
Mhm. That's an interesting question because I think, we're all apart. Um, and this is kind of the first time since season one that we're all back together, except we're not. Like, I'm not even really there. And I
Yeah.
think it's hard to talk about like the trio's main bond without talking about how our family has expanded. Because the only
Mm.
way that we're all still kind of connected is through these other members that have like joined our quest. It's through Clarice, it's through Daniel, even through Luke, even though he's not really part of our quest. Uh,
Hmm.
and then when we finally get that moment back at the end when we're all together, I think it's just this moment of like, we never want that to happen ever again. Like
Right.
we made this promise season one to meet under the tree, and we
Mm.
finally get to, you know, make it happen. And
Yeah.
it's a huge moment for all of us.
That's amazing. So, Aryan, you've been working practically your whole life, and we've
Yeah.
seen you grow up in all these, shows and films that you've been doing. But how does it feel for you to shape this character over these past seasons? Do you feel, a sense of ownership over it as well?
A little bit, yeah. I think we all feel a little bit of ownership over our characters. It's a funny thing because it's like I'm such a huge fan of the books. We all are. So it's like
Hmm.
it's kind of hard for us to separate. Obviously certain things can't be adapted and some things have to be changed for an adaptation. And so it's hard for us
Right.
to separate like book Grover from show Grover. And it's like I always get the two mixed up because they're so similar but so different in
Yeah.
certain aspects. And
Yeah. Yeah.
it's funny to me to kind of feel ownership over both of these characters who are very different but the same. And so I'm always like giving like things from the book that I want to happen, and they're like that wouldn't make sense with what like the journey that he's on, and it's like
Hmm.
it's weird for me to keep track of it, but yeah,
Yeah.
I absolutely do feel like, I mean, hopefully I've helped shape the character, but I do feel a little bit of ownership over him.
Yeah. So if you weren't playing Grover on Percy Jackson, which other character would you like to play?
On Percy Jackson or just in
Yeah,
general?
yeah, in Percy Jackson.
In Percy Jackson, I think Luke would be a lot of fun to play. I think that'd be
Yeah.
pretty cool. I would not be as good as Charlie though. Uh, I think, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go Luke. He seems like the most fun to me.
Yeah.
I think Ethan Nakamura in the fifth book is a super
Mm.
cool, very like complex character to play. Um, yeah, maybe even Nico. Like, I don't know. I just want to try like a bunch of different roles, you know?
Yeah, yeah, of course, why not? So, every season the show gets these iconic new characters. What can you tell us about this season's edition?
Well, this season we go from 3 to 6. We have us three, obviously,
Yeah,
myself and Walker and Leah, and then we have. I'm so grateful that they're actually in the other room doing press right now. We have
yeah,
Daniel and Charlie and Dior here with us, and I'm just so glad that our family's growing. And next season we get to add Tamara and Sarah as Zoe Nightshade. We get to
yeah,
add Daphne as Artemis. Like every season, like the cast just keeps getting bigger and better. And I've never met a cast member who hasn't just like fit right in. Even
right,
like
right.
Olive and Levi, like they
Yes,
immediately just get it.
yeah. Thank you so much, Aryan, for giving me your time. And I'm really looking forward to catching the rest of the season as well. Thank you so much.
Likewise, thank you.